Hello and welcome to day 5 of coronavirus distance learning. Excuse me, I'm sorry. This is world history class. I realize that some of you have just gotten your equipment today. Some of you got it yesterday. Some of you haven't been looking at your emails. We're starting to get in sync now. If you're behind in the readings, don't worry about it. I'm not penalizing anybody yet, okay? We need to get used to this. This is something new for everybody. Okay, so just, you have the assignments in your email, look at them, try and get yourself caught up over the weekend if you have to, okay? It'll be a lot easier if everyone is at the same page, so to speak. But, I understand there are problems, okay? I understand they're getting stuff from lots of other teachers. I understand it's a little overwhelming. That's why I took today as a down day, okay? But just do your best to try and stay on track, okay? It'll make things easier in the long run if you're able to do that. All right, I want to talk to you a little bit about the how countries gained their freedom in South America, all right? If we start off with Hispaniola, this is kind of an interesting story because it's such a small place, yet it had such a huge impact on the entire world, and here's how. All right, a guy, I gotta tell you, it's one of the greatest names in history. I just love his name. Toussaint Louverture. It just rolls off the tongue. Toussaint Louverture. What a great name. Anyways, he was a slave in Hispaniola, and he led the slave revolt on the island. Napoleon sent his soldiers to the island to put the slave revolt down. They'd never been to the Caribbean. They went there in their heavy wool uniforms, and when they got there, they were literally dying of the heat and the disease and the mosquitoes and all this other stuff, where Toussaint and his slave army was used to the climate and the environment, and it kicked their butts. And Napoleon, being who he was, kind of got all, how most bullies are. If they get beaten, they're like, well, and he just washed his hands of the whole deal. It's one of the reasons why he sold Louisiana and the Louisiana Purchase to the United States is, number one, he needed the money, but also because of being beat at Hispaniola, he'd kind of lost interest in a lot of his American interests. They were more trouble than they were worth money-wise. He figured if he could get the money, conquer the rest of Europe, he'd make up for the money that he was getting from some of his colonies in the Americas. So it really had far-reaching effects. Next, we look at South America proper. All right, two names to really remember when we're talking about South America: Simón Bolívar in the north, and José San Martín in the south. All right, I'm not going to go through what each of them did step by step. You can read that, okay? But it's the two of them were that's what they needed, was two very strong leaders to pull the people together and to get Spain the heck out of there. All right, Mexico was a little bit different. Again, two strong leaders, Miguel Hidalgo and Jose Morales. They were both priests. Okay, and they were leading a peasant army. This is one of the reasons Mexico has always been an extremely religious country, is that priests were responsible for part of its formation. It's kind of a really interesting story. The one that really blows my mind, though, is Brazil. Brazil is unique in the entire world on revolutions. Brazil gained their independence without any violence whatsoever. The son of the king went over to talk to his father in Portugal and said, Dad, we'd kind of like Brazil to be its own country, and I'm going to be its leader. Is that okay? And Dad said, yeah, that's okay. And that was it. I mean, actually, it was more involved than that, obviously, but that was essentially what happened and how South America in its entirety became independent countries. All right. That's about it for today. Again, please, if you can get caught up, that'd be great. I sent you an invitation to the Google Classroom. I've created new classrooms. Hopefully this will solve the problem. I can start posting assignments in the Google Classroom again. It'll be a lot easier than dealing with all these emails because it's driving me crazy. I'm sure it's driving you crazy as well. So if you get an invitation to join Google Classroom, please do so we can start using that next week if it works. Cross your fingers. All right? Be safe, stay healthy, and I'll talk with you next week. All right? Have a great day.